Hello, hello. Welcome. Let me just check. Always good. Just give me a second, please. Let me see. Okay, okay. Well, I am Ella Morello, and today we're gonna talk about something so important, which is freedom and also habits. Today, this is the type of talk and class that you are invited to actually get a little note notebook so you can take some notes. Let me just do one thing, 1 second, please. Hello, hello. Um, for those of you who are coming in right now, I have invited you to actually get a piece of paper because this talk is going to give a lot of important insights for us about changing habits um, and true freedom and about what truly means to be free. Okay, so let's start with you asking yourself this question. Do you consider yourself free? Do you think you have freedom? So, the first question I want you to ask yourself is that one. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because a couple of years ago, I truly thought I was so free. I was doing everything I wanted. I was working the way I wanted. I was traveling where I wanted. And it took me a couple of deep dives to understand that that couldn't be far from reality. Doing whatever I wanted to do in the time I wanted to do had nothing to do with true freedom. So we're gonna get into that in a second. And I want to invite you, so you accompany my line of thought. So I want to invite you to write down this sentence, which is: you are only free up to the point of what you already know. Once again, think with me here. You are only free up to the point of what you already know. What do I mean? Let me give you a couple of examples. I remember when I got my dog, um, all he knew was my house, right? And the love that I was giving him. That's all he knew. And then one day, I took him out for a walk for the first time, and he was so afraid. That dog did not want to go out whatsoever, and I forced him. And then nowadays, he's almost 9. There is nothing he loves more than walking. Literally, he knows the time because he comes to call me, like, hey, it's my time to go for a walk. So if I have never took him out, would he ever miss that? Miss going out? No, because he did not know anything. He did not know what was to go for a walk, what was to go to a dog park. He would live his life without missing the walk. Okay? Keep yourself with me. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and this talk has absolutely nothing to do with these examples, just for us to understand why we are only free up to the point of what we already know. Another one, this was a good one that I was thinking about today. We were born into this world in the way it is already, right? But let's pretend for a second that actually there was no countries and we were all citizens of the world. So if we are all citizens of the world, we would we would be able to go wherever we want, whenever we want, without the need for passport, visas, and so on, right? And let's say that this was reality. And right now someone comes up and tells you, you know what? Now you're going to need a passport. You are going to be able to go because you are from this country. You're going to be able to go just to a couple of countries. Others, you're going to have to ask a visa. How would you feel? You would be like, they are taking away my freedom because you already experienced that freedom of moving and being a citizen of the world. However, because we were born in a time that we actually need passports, we're not really questioning ourselves, right? That much about it, how free I am. Another example. I told you about my dog, right? But here's the thing, if we were born in a place that, had a wall, and just like my dog, we didn't know what was behind that wall, we would feel free here because that's what we know. But what if in the other side of that wall was life, right? So in a soul level, because these examples, I want to bring it to you, uh, something normal, right? But in a soul level, let's go a little bit deeper in this talk. Are you free from your destructive patterns? Are you free of that voice inside of us that keeps judging you and saying how not smart you were, how you cannot make this mistake, how your life should be different than what it is? Are you free from that, Judge? Are you free from your ego? The point is, whenever we have to get to know ourselves in order to be able to truly answer those questions. And that's why we need to do the internal work, the self-knowledge path. Because up to this point, maybe you were thinking, just like I was thinking a couple of years ago, that being free was about doing whatever I want whenever I want. And that couldn't be further away from the truth. Because for you, in order for you to be free, you need to be self-responsible. And in order for you to be self-responsible, you need discipline. I know it might sound contradictory when I tell you in this way, but as much as you do your internal work and you break free from your illusions, more you will understand that you have to know yourself in order to be able to change internally and manifest true freedom in your outside. Let me give you another example. Let's talk about our bodies. Maybe you're someone that you feel comfortable in this vehicle with your body. But maybe you are someone that does not like to put a bikini, swim clothes in the beach because, maybe you're not feeling good because your body should be looking differently. So instead of us looking at our body and how perfect it is, my body is alive, my cells are healthy, and I'm grateful for that because it's through this vehicle that I can experience life. Look how we start tapping into the true freedom instead of looking at every corner of it that you don't like, that you were telling yourself that you don't look like that other person. So therefore, you don't allow your body to be what it is. So it's so important for us to understand this two phrases here. That's what I want you to write down today and start working internally in order to reach that. The first phrase I invited you to write down is, you're only free up to the point of what you already know. Meaning, every time you have an internal breakthrough, you are going to have another idea of freedom. You're going to feel it differently. And the second thing is, freedom has nothing to do with doing what you want whenever you want. Freedom actually has to do with self-responsibility for being responsible for your life and discipline, deciding that you're going to reach that. So these are the two biggest insights that I really, really invite you to write down, for you to start opening a couple of spaces and taking a couple of layers of illusion out of the way. Now, I want to talk to you about habits that have everything to do with this freedom that we were talking about. It is so common that people come to me. And by the way, that I come to myself and say the same thing as well, okay? But it's so common that people come to me and say, you know what, Ella? I know I need help. I know I need to change something. I don't know what it is, but I want to be happier. I want to feel better. I want to feel balanced. I want to be less sad, and so on. I want to feel loved, whatever it is. And then the person comes and complains, but I can't do it. So the person comes and then the person is like, okay, I know I have to meditate, but I can't create this habit. I know I have to eat better, but I can't create this habit. Life is too chaotic. I don't have time, and so on, right? If you haven't watched the talk about the ego, I absolutely invite you to do so, because there we went deeper into why these voices keep us where we are and how do we transpose the ego. Okay, just remember that. But anyways, going back to the habits, I want to give you a formula for you to be able to create new habits. So the first thing we have to do in order to be able to create a habit is understand that the results we want to get, let's say you're looking at other people. And when we look at other people, most of the time, you for sure have heard this expression that is, the neighbor's grass is always greener. Wrong. The grass that is greener is the one that you put water, that you give water to. So while we can look at someone and admire that person, that's different than looking at that person and saying, oh, she had it easy in life. Oh, she's lucky. Remember that I said that true freedom has everything to do with self-responsibility. Again, want to go deeper into that talk? Go to the self-responsibility talk. Being self-responsible is understanding that you are the only person responsible for your life. Okay, so what is the difference between admiration and whenever we just want the results of the other person. Well, when I admire someone for whatever they have reached, I understand that person has had to work to get there. And for me, it's going to be the same. So I can get inspired by that person. But again, remember, each one of us alive have different internal content, different internal material. Let me give you an example. Maybe you're following someone a fitness blog, I don't know. And that person gives you all these juices that she drinks every morning. And because you want to look like that person, you start drinking those juices. Again, you're not doing any internal work. You have no idea who you are, right? So whatever is working for you, for that person, might not work for you. You're trying to replicate a result. You're trying to reach already the top of the stairs. I invite you to go back. Let's go back to the first step, which is, first of all, why do I want to reach that? And knowing myself, how am I going to reach that? Because what really happens to us when people get dismotivated, when they tell me, I cannot start the practice, meditation practice in this case. But let's put it with the body, since I'm talking about the fitness blog, whatever, let's talk about the body. So the person goes and say, okay, I'm going to start the gym. I'm motivated. Let's do it. And you go, you get the membership at the gym, and then you go the whole week. After a week, you never show up again. Why? Motivation. It's hormone. It's related to our emotions. And our emotions changes. Just like when you are in love, that you have a limit time where your body is producing those hormones that are keeping you high. And that's when we are in love. And that's why it's so important that we build a solid bridge between this passion and the true love, because these hormones are gonna stop being charged in our body, being like in our body, making us feel that way. Same thing. So remember this. The motivation has to do with emotions, and emotions, they fluctuate. They start, they die, they start, they die. So how to keep yourself motivated to create a new habit if you want to achieve the true freedom? Well, first is understanding. If you're focusing only on the result, I can guarantee you that you're going to fail. And then you're going to feel frustrated. And then you're going to start, instead of taking the layers of illusion from you, you're going to put more layers of illusion. You're not capable. You never finish what you start. You can do this, and so on. Okay, then watch the ego class. But now, how do we actually create the new habit? We need to start from the base. So base, what is the base? Is who you are. So the question I want to invite you, so write down the 3 steps that how we're going to build the habit. First, who we are. Ask yourself that. Who are you? And who do you want to be? Because whatever you want to be, whatever you believe you're capable of being, let me tell you something, you are. But you have to be able to see that and envision that. Okay, so first question is, go to your personality. Okay, let's get this person that we are admiring as simply admiring. Let's not look at her results. Who am I today, and who do I want to be? Figure that out. Great. Let's go to the second step, which is the process. So now I'm going to tell you something. Remember that I said, in order for us to achieve true freedom, we need discipline and we need self-responsibility. So you need to be able to take actions towards who you want to become. And those actions are not going to be all the time things that you like doing. But those actions are something that are going to take you to where you want to be. And again, Remember the gym example. It's not about starting the gym and doing every day, because you will quit. It's about doing 1% a day every day. So you know where you're heading, but don't look at where you headed, because you're gonna go nuts. You're gonna see how many things you have to do, how many things you need to change, how many things you need to transform, and you're probably gonna give up. Today, I can do 1%. I'm gonna do something different. 1%. What is that 1%? Is it meditating 3 minutes? Is it meditating 5 minutes? Is it simply showing up for the gym? I heard this the other day, and for me, that was so important to understand, which is, in order for us to create a new habit, we need to actually put down our defenses. We have to take away the habits that we used to have that right now doesn't represent us anymore. So if you're someone that never liked the gym, for example, and if you want to buy the membership, and you force yourself to go, in a week you will quit. So start by showing up at the gym. I'm not joking. You're gonna do one whole week simply going up to the gym. You can take a glass of water and you leave. This is the story I heard about this guy. Why? He was creating a habit of going to the gym. He was pouring that in his routine. And that's how we start creating a new habit. I'm going to give you a couple of tricks on how can we do that. And this has to do actually with this guy getting this water. We are going to use an old habit in order to build a new one. And this will take your time. But that's completely fine, because again, we are not there wanting the result today. We need to be able to exchange the habits of what we are not anymore, for what we want to become. So the third step, so remembering, the first step is the base. We need to understand who we want to be. The second step is the process. What are the actions I need to do 1% a day in order to be able to reach that? And the third one is the result, is how people will see you, is how you will manifest yourself in this world. And that's what we are looking to, that person that we admire. But we are not going to get to their result if we simply copy whatever that person is doing, because that person already did this whole process, and that's why that person is succeeding in those results. We cannot skip these first two steps. So why is that? Another thing that you can write down: our habits create our beliefs, and they create our sense of self. So that's why we need to create a new sense of self. In order to create new beliefs, yes, I can. Yes, I want, in order to create a new habit. Then after some time, this habit is going to be who you are. And guess what? Do you know the person who you envision that you wanted to be? Well, that person has this type of habits right here. And now we already worked on our internal work of who we are, our actions and determination. And this leads us to where? To our true freedom. That's how we started this talk. So, to change the outside, we know we have to start by changing the inside. Okay, so I want to give you, to finalize this talk, I want to give you 3 tips, practical tips on how can you create these new habits. So the first one is use triggers. Okay, we use triggers all the time unconsciously, usually for the bad, because what are triggers if you're new here? Well, you know, when you are like with someone and then someone says something and you right away react, maybe with anger, maybe you start crying, maybe you scream, whatever happens. That person, that reaction came because that person or situation triggers something in you. Okay, so let's use the triggers that we have, that we all have. Obviously, we have different ones in our favor. So I want to invite you to create a new habit with the help of an old one. How? Let's say if you wake up every day, that's your habit. You wake up every day, what is the first thing you do? Okay, Ella, I wake up and I drink a glass of water. And then, I don't know, I go walk my dogs. Okay, now let's do this. Let's start, let's say that you want to start uh, meditating or doing yoga. What you're going to do is you're going to drink your glass of water. And now you're going to be like, okay, I feel ready to put my 5 minutes meditation here before I go walk to my dogs. Another example I gave about the guy in the gym. He needed to create the habit of leaving his house because he liked to stay in his free time right there in the couch. So how he created the habit was not even the gym, is I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna put my clothes, I'm gonna drive to the gym. I'm gonna create this habit. He started like that. So I'm gonna arrive from work, I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna go straight to the gym. He started to create that habit, right? Use triggers, old triggers, in order to help you create a new one. The second one is about routine. Routine is important for us. And discipline. So remember, it's 1%. If you want to start meditating today, don't try to meditate for an hour. It's 1%. You want to start a new business today. You already know you have to build the website, you have to open the company, you have to hire this person, you're going to do one thing today. One little thing, 1% of your day, you're going to dedicate to that new habit that you want to build. And the third one that is going to lead you there is the reward. Because you might believe that the only thing you are getting going to the gym is actually the healthy body, or in opening your business is the financial freedom. Truly, what you are gaining is way beyond that. You are learning how to have small breakthroughs inside of you that it's going to lead you to your true power, to your true self, true freedom. Because once again, freedom is not about me looking at you today and saying, I'm going to do whatever I want. Goodbye. The bill, the price is going to arrive. We all pay a price. You're paying prices anyway. So why not pay the prices for something that you are actually want? For something that you actually want. We're paying prices of you not changing your routine. You're paying prices of you not working on your self knowledge. You're paying prices of you not taking care of your body, of your health. The prices are there. You have to decide which ones you want to take. Because let's say you don't want to take care of your health, you want to eat whatever you want, whenever you want. This might cause you a disease when you are older, and that's going to take time away from you and your loved ones. That's the price you paid for not deciding to pay attention to what you eat today. I guess you understood that, like, this is endless, right? We all pay prices in every single decision, and not making a decision is also, we are also going to pay a price. So if you start today, that thing that you have been wanting to do, whatever it is, how much are you going to gain? How many conflicts in your family, let's say spirituality, self-development, self-knowledge, how much in fights, in discomforts, in pain within your family you're going to save yourself from if you start learning how to become self-responsible. So also look of what you're going to gain. Okay, so I hope you can put all these suggestions into place. I want to say that what I'm sharing here with you is something we have the opportunity in our whole life to work on. but start today. No one is saying it's easy. Maybe something for you is going to be easy and for me is going to be hard. All I'm telling you is it is possible, but no one will be able to do that for you. So today, if you can, think, what do I want to change in my life? Who I want to be? Do I want to be a woman that is not afraid of not having enough money? How can I do today to become that person? To overcome even lies that tell me I don't deserve, and so on. All we have is today. But again, if you let today pass, don't forget, we do everything out of habit. Everything we do. We drive, we go to work, we talk to people out of habit. If you want to change something in your life, you need to change your habits that come from your beliefs, that comes from who you think you are. So if you truly want to change, think today, who do I want to become? What is my goal? And then go all the way back through these steps that we talked here today. So please share with me in the comments how this talk have hit you. I hope for the better. I really want to change something in my life, and I'm starting today. It's something, it's an old habit that for some time I have been like, I want to stop this. I want to quit this. I truly did not want to. But today, after the day of today, I'm ready. And that's it. And I have decided. So I'm going to do 1% today in order to be able to manifest that change. Because I'm sure, where do I want to arrive? How do I want to feel inside my own body? So thank you so much for your time, for being here always. And I will see you actually tomorrow. Okay? So see you soon. Bye bye.